Okay, so last question for SL and, well, only the third question for HL. And this is probably the hardest question on the SL paper. Certainly the part B here is tricky. So this is a chocolate box and it's a hexagonal prism and it's a regular hexagon. So this cross section of the prism is a hexagon and it's regular, which means all the sides are the same length. So part A, it says, well, he kindly gives us sine of 60 is root 3 over 2, and he says, show that the area of the base of the box is equal to 3 root 3 x squared over 2. So that is the area of the hexagon. Now, if it's a regular hexagon, we can actually break it up into 6 equilateral triangles. So I can do this. Okay, so these may not look equilateral, but they are. And if these are equilateral triangles, this angle here, is 60 degrees. And they're all 60, because it's 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60 gives us the 360. And because it's equilateral, they're all the same. And they're all 60. Okay, also, the lengths of the sides are all the same. They're all x because it's an equilateral triangle. That's x, that's x, and that's x. Okay, now once you have that, we can find the area. So the area, let's call it A, is equal to just 6 times the area of one of the triangles, because there's 6 triangles. So 6 times the area of one triangle is a half this times sine of this. That's straight out of the formula booklet, a half AB sine C. So it's sine 60 degrees. 6 times a half is 3, so that's 3x squared. And sine 60 degrees is root 3 over 2. They gave us that. And this is obviously then equal to 3 root 3 over 2 x squared, which is what they wanted us to show. Okay, so that one wasn't too bad. This one's hard. It says, given that the total external surface area of the box is 1200 centimeters squared, show that the volume of the box may be expressed as V equals this. Okay, so it is hard, but I have seen this type of question before. They give you either the surface area or the volume, and then they ask you to express the other one just in terms of one variable, and then most likely we'll differentiate it in the next parts of the question. Anyway, to do it, let's first get the surface area and then the volume in terms of x and h. So the surface area is equal to, so firstly, there's 2 of these, isn't there? There's two hexagons. There's the top of the box and the bottom of the box. So it's 2 times this, 2 times 3 root 3 over 2 x squared. And obviously these 2's are going to cancel nicely. So it's just going to be 3 root 3 x squared. So that's just the hexagons. That's the surface area of the 2 hexagons. But we're also going to add, there is 6 rectangles. These rectangles here. There's 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the area of them is x times h. It's just a rectangle. Base times height is x times h. So it's 6x h. Okay, that's the surface area. The volume is, it's a prism, so it's the volume is the area of the base times the height. So the area of the base is 3 root 3 over 2x squared. We know that, we just calculated it. And times the height is times h. So here's the surface area and here's the volume. And this, by the way, is equal to 1200 centimeters squared. But what they're asking us to do is write the volume in terms of x only. So my question would be, which letter, which variable is missing in this that is in this? And it's obviously the h. Here I have a h, here we don't have a h. So we need to get rid of this h, and we're going to get rid of it using the surface area formula. So let me write down this surface area formula again. I'll cancel these 2's. So I just have 3 root 3 over 2 x squared plus 6x h. And I'm going to say, sorry, I cancelled the 2's. What am I doing? 3 root 3 3 root 3 x squared, those 2's have cancelled, plus 6xh, and this equals to 1200 because he said the surface area is 1200. Now make h the subject. So I'm going to do 6xh equals 1200 minus this, 3 root 3 x squared, and h is equal to 1200 minus 3 root 3x squared over 6x. Okay, so that's h. You could simplify it here if you wanted. I think I'm just going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to sub all of this into here. So the volume, let's move over this side. The volume is now equal to 3 root 3 over 2 x squared times h, but this is h. So it's 1200 minus 3 root 3 x squared over 6x. And now I just need to multiply this out and get this, which hopefully is not difficult. Okay, how shall I do this? So let's start by doing, let us start by doing 3. Okay, I'm going to do all of this by the 1200, and then all of this by the 3 root 3 over x squared, or 3 root 3 x squared. But remember, it's 1200 over 6x and 3 root 3 x squared over 6x. They're both over 6x. So 1200 times this is 1200 over, let's do 1200 over 6x times 3 root 3 over 2 x squared. So that's just this times this with the 6x. And now I'll do this times this. So it's 3 root 3 x squared over 6x times 3 root 3 over 2 x squared. Okay, now this I can do a few things cancel. 1200 divided by 6 is 200. So 1200 divided by 6 is 200. 200 divided by 2 is 100, and 100 times 3 is 300. So this is just going to be 300. All the numbers give me 300. You can use your calculator there if you want. 300 with the root 3, sorry, I should say. So that's 300 root 3. And then x squared divided by x gives me x. So that is actually this here. Now take your time just to make sure you understand why that equals that, but it does. And then this, so we have the minus. We're going to have x cubed because we have x squared times x squared over x is x cubed, so that's fine. And we have 3, okay, watch this. 3 times 3 is 9. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. 9 times 3 is 18. 18 and 6 times 2 is 12. So we actually have 18 over 12. 18 over 12. Hang on. Have I made a mistake here? Let me do that again. 3 times 3 is 9. No, it's not 18. What am I saying? So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So it's actually 27 over, it's 27 over 6 times 2 is 12. And then it's x cubed, because x squared times x squared is x to the 4. X to the 4 divided by x is x to the 3. So we're nearly there, guys, because if I divide this by 3, I'm going to have 300 root 3x. Divide above and below by 3, that gives me 9 over 4 x cubed, which is exactly what they want. QED means I have shown what you wanted. Okay, that is parts A and B done.